Radiant team ban. Dire team pick.
The Undying wakes.
Radiant team pick. Radiant team pick.
Spirit Breaker.
Dire team pick.
Welcome back, everybody, here to the ESL One New York qualifiers for the Southeast Asian region, as we try and work out, will it be the Koreans or will it be the Singaporeans that will advance themselves through into the semi-finals, being only 2 victories away from traveling to New York, the Madison Square Gardens Theater.
10 seconds remaining.
We need a different intro, Toby.
Why?
I've just been thinking about it. Every single time I hear it.
What would you like to do, Blitz?
The dung. I don't know.
Oh, you mean the clarity?
Yeah.
Done. We will make a new joiner intro. Let's wait until both the video guys get back on holidays.
Yeah, we'll do something crazy.
We'll think of something.
We'll go dancing and we'll film it.
Come on, I already just finished the new defense intro, so we'll get to a generic JD intro and change up soon.
It's just the dunk. You know, BTS has the cool, like, the LD. He's like,
time.
You know.
Sorry, would you actually like to have the phrase "It's a disaster" like in the middle of the, like, every time you start, you have to hear that
hype.
phrase.
You don't have to use that specific phrase. I'm just saying there are different ways to get around this.
We'll use caps. We'll use caps one. Dance, motherfucker, dance.
Dance, motherfucker, dance.
We'll
just dance. How's that any different from drink, motherfucker, drink? Alright, we should stop cursing. Come on, man. This is a family-friendly podcast. Like, that's the one thing...
We're allowed to swear every now and then, but we don't make a habit of it.
I said the word shit during TI.
I know you did! And I sat there going, oh, no,
5 seconds remaining.
And I was so nervous. After that, I couldn't think about the rest of the cast. It was during the Vici Gaming versus Cloud9 series. I remember it was because I was like, FY doesn't give a shit. And I was like, oh, dang.
Oh, no.
I was the first caster to curse a TI. And then I was really apologetic. I saw Eric Johnson after the game, and I was like, I'm so sorry. He's like, what? Like, it's not a big deal at all. He's like, great cast. And then I can't remember who I talked to. I talked to one of the employees, and I was like, I'm really sorry I said that. And he's like, that's really not a big deal. Because if you're hype and it just comes out, we would rather you just say that than censor yourself. Because it just sounds awkward. And he's like, it was fine. But at the time, I didn't know that. And I was
so you were freaking out the entire time.
And I was just like, I am so fired. They're going to tell me I'm not casting any more games. They appreciated my service, but...
you have now been removed.
I was scared. I was like, we're screwed.
It was
10 seconds remaining.
It was funny anyway, for at least as a spectator point of view.
Yeah, I mean...
5 seconds remaining.
I can't believe I did that. More than anything.
Radiant team
Fine. Relax. Alright, let's look at our draft, because this is a big game now. So, MVP Phoenix, this time they're the ones with the 17%. The Spirit Breaker and the Lina go to them, and they combined it up again with MP's Gyrocopter. The first departure kind of got the Wombo combo for teamfight control. Winter's Curse and Undying Tombstone. The Undying and the Wyvern together, combining up now also with the Dazzle.
10 seconds
But what
remaining.
they are lacking upon, like, Curse will always be able to control the Spirit Breaker when he comes in.
5 seconds remaining.
But they don't really have many other stuns beyond that. This almost feels like the perfect Storm Spirit game as well. So either Spirit Breaker or Storm Spirit will run rampant.
It got banned, dude.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
What a guy you are, Toby.
Yeah.
Didn't even pay attention.
I should read the left bar. It's important.
They're all spamming, it's a disaster in chat now.
They should... No. Actually, yes, they are from what we did before. Just pick Husker and Bloodseeker.
Okay, the thing, though, about this lineup that makes a lot of sense from first departure, if you just run at people, you don't need stuns, Toby. You get an Undying, you curse, it's all good.
Is that the way you think first departure should just approach this?
Yeah.
Because running into that hero, like, Witch Doctor was the hero for MVP during TI. I did so much lifting.
It was a Warnuts hero.
It really was. His positioning was always good. Until that last series,
Team
his
ban.
positioning was always good. But the paralyzing cast was so brutal. So brutal. Now when you like run at someone, like you're just going to get bounce cast every time. And then you got to deal with Spirit Breaker running at you with that.
10
Death Ward.
seconds
How do you
remaining.
disengage with this lineup without picking Centaur as your last hero?
5
It's
seconds
kind of
remaining.
rough. Like both teams, the weird thing is like both teams want to run at each other. You don't want to stop running at each other with either of these lineups. Like this is, both teams have a battling lineup for sure. It just depends, I guess, on what you decide to pick as a carry for either side. But if they just decide to pick a hero that can just, you know, that you non-stop run at, you're fine.
Dire team ban.
Take out the Juggernaut. Maybe the one person that would be able to survive through all of this. And the Templar Assassin, the final ban from
Radiant
first
team
departure.
pick.
Wasn't really the hero I was thinking about for the mid, but I suppose if you do have a stick and then you just pop your refraction, what is Zeus really going to do? He wants to burst damage you down, then all of a sudden refraction. Wow.
Silencer.
Okay, wow.
Dire
Silencer's
team
the
pick.
pickup. This looks like a VP draft.
It's a really good thing Cap's not casting.
Why?
He doesn't believe in the silencer.
Does he not?
No.
I thought FNG was his buddy. FNG would tell him differently.
Oh, I think FNG would do anything to Cap, and Cap would allow it to happen.
Yeah, I mean, FNG thinks that Naruto's a good anime, so he's probably wrong about the silencer thing too.
10
But it's just the
seconds
fact that
remaining.
Cap was looking at it, it's like, okay, they keep picking silencer, and they keep picking
5
silencer
seconds
early.
remaining.
Like so many people in the games he keeps casting, the silencer is picked time and time and time again, and he keeps sitting there going, I don't know why in the first two you try and pick a silencer. It doesn't make any sense at all. Like they just keep losing when they keep picking silencer. But this game may be different.
That's the counter to silencer and squishy Linas and Witch Doctors right there. The clinks.
Such heavy physical damage, and so early you get that damage.
He eats those heroes for breakfast.
So, what was first departure to him? Phrasing.
You mean MVP?
Yeah, that MVP. What do they do to stop the clinks?
Get rolling ASAP. You can kind of work with the clinks because you have an Undying. So worst comes to worst, you can just kind of run the Undying with the clinks, and it'll deter him. But this is going to be hard right now for MVP because their lanes are definitely exploitable as a result of this. And I would assume that both of these supports are just going to go top, but Winter Wyvern / Dazzle, in addition to Undying, is just going to be really annoying to work around.
I want to see this warding. It's going to be so important for MVP to get levels on their supports, which means this camp needs to be able to be pulled. But both the Sentry Ward and Observer Ward placed down by an Undying, who very early TP'd down there.
Yeah, that was one of the faster timings too. He didn't wait for any items. He actually just sprinted out.
Yeah.
He's like, I will deal with this later. I just have to get the ward down as soon as possible.
I just TP, put the wards down. There's Stat Shield and a whole bunch of consumables on the courier for him anyway. He's fine. And it looks like the Undying will be the offlaner. So he runs his offlane. They run Miracle,
30
Safe Lane, Clinks, no
seconds to
surprise.
battle.
With the Winter Wyvern support. It's a good Observer Ward as well. It's going to block up the pull point. Are there actually any sentries? No. Oh, one. There's one on the Zeus, which is slightly ironic considering his bolt. But he's not going to be spamming that one out to try and get rid of wards this early on.
He got a lot of
Going to flag right now. This is
The
the first
battle
double
begins.
bounty rune. The first departure is picked up in this series.
nice. This is the first bounty rune they've picked up in 3 games. That's rough.
Yeah.
It didn't even matter though, because Miracle, he got killed by the Wind Ranger. He didn't get the bounty rune. Like everything that could have happened went wrong for him, and they still managed to do it. So you know what? They just tripled their chances of winning, as far as I'm concerned. That's all they needed. That bounty rune.
That one bounty rune. It's that moral victory the first departure get.
It changes everything.
Obviously misusing words now. I'll just look like a... Anyway, moving on. My level of humor never really hit anyone apart from me.
That sounded so sad. Like, my
It
God.
really is. Like, sometimes, like, I actually find it so funny in my head, but the second I expose it, it's just like what's something that if you ever expose it, it just spoils instantly?
A joke? That's
Like my joke. That's it. But it's just, yeah, okay, March. Okay, this is a hard knock life for Spirit Breaker. He already has to trigger off the salve, and that was one Arctic Burn and a couple of Searing Arrows. They're not even, like, pressuring, like, hard into that Spirit Breaker, and you already force his salve out.
No, it's just a really good combination. Like, Clinks plus... Just because the Searing Arrows don't trigger the creep aggro at all, it just makes it really rough and... Oh, okay.
Not sure chicken around the tree line so he can just hide there for a while.
Yeah, but he got the creep wave. What a value player. And he has a poor man shield too to kind of deal with the right click damage from both heroes.
Yeah.
I guess it's okay on Spirit Breaker just because attack speed and whatnot. And you've got a ton of armor already. This probably only helps that.
And Febby's really trying to make sure that Fixers can't find much farm, but hasn't been that successful. 6-2 so far against the 6-2 of the Lina.
It's
So-
what a Zeus does.
Arc Lightning, insane range, can't stop the farm.
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, you're getting harassed, but you're still just going to spam Arc Lightning. Like, you can't really... You're going to play around that effect, but it's pretty hard to actually actively get harassed on him because Alina's never going to be in position. Because she's not going to sacrifice CS to go for harass too.
I'm really surprised that Marsh has been able to find as much CS as he has. Like, he's not CS, sorry. Well, he also found 4 CS. But having that charge, he's hoping 17% will take him to victory at the moment.
This is the hit.
Or it's the help from
This is the
Febby.
hit.
He actually managed to pick up a haste rune. There is no 17% hit coming in. Miracle jumps invis, but takes a large amount of damage before he does. What a rune, and no hit. No joy.
I just like to call it. But, okay, the next creep he hits is going to be it. Watch, he's going to be upset about that.
Next one?
Yeah, next one. I'm sure there are other more important things to look at, but I just want to verify that I was correct.
Wait for it. Wait for it. March has to survive through this first. Cops a lot of damage. He keeps turning
Dire's
around a little bit.
courier has been
Because
killed.
was he trying to slow the... Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, their courier just died. Did it have the bottle in it too? It
Yeah,
did.
it did.
Oh, rough life. Okay, Kyo just keeps getting like the easiest lanes of all time.
Febby actually came for that one previously. He was up there a minute ago looking for that before he then went off to pick up the rune and then harass up on top lane.
That's so unlucky for that Zeus. And now this lane, before he could just spam, and he would have been okay. But now you can't really do that. And probably the more important thing is that when the Zeus hits the level 6 Toby, you want to be able to help out the other lanes and be able to get in a position where you can gank or set it up with the Thunder God's Wrath. But he's never going to have the mana for it in the laning phase. Like, I actually think he should grab a Clarity or something, because otherwise he's just going to spam out once and then he has to back. And that's such a rough position to be in.
I'll also be very, very concerned about the fact that running 2 heroes in the mid, like Febby and Q are together. The Q is going to come up and grab this 4-minute rune. Nothing will stop this. But the Spirit Breaker can charge out there at any point. So what is a dual lane can turn into a tri lane very quickly. And first departure, like, they're not really looking in like they're in a position where they're going to be walking around with massive amounts of TPs. Dazzle has one, and he also hasn't leveled up Shell Grave just yet. He's got the point for it, but he hasn't done it yet. But they're going to be really on the mark to get there in time to save this Zeus.
Fixers is almost already out of mana. Like, the ultimate costs 225 just to use once. He's nowhere near that region. This dual lane has definitely done its work, especially since Febby was able to snipe the courier. Like, that part alone was pretty significant.
Well, in 30 seconds, that courier gets to come back to life again. Let's watch Febby again. He shouldn't be able to get it. Like, it'll be flying courier. It'll be flying courier. He should not be able to get the snipe.
I don't know, man. Febby's really sneaky.
He needs more damage than what he's got to kill that courier.
I doubt it happens a second time, but Fixers has to be careful mid because Alina does have a DD rune. And he's going to this bottom section, maybe just to wait out
Dire's
courier.
structures are fortified.
It's going to be up in 1 second.
Dire's middle tower is
Initiation on MP. Drop the tombstone. He needs to call down to buy some space. Kai taking a lot of damage from this, in fact. And the one charges from MP allow him to come back up. And he, paralyzing Khan's going to fly down. Kai, there's your cold embrace. Rocket barrage. It hits into Cal more, but they go in deeper. And Heen, restoration's keeping him alive. They're coming too close to the tower. Cal so low. Kai's able to give him an extra bit of a heal, and First Blood's actually on top lane, where Febby and March initiate in underneath the tower.
Oh, in mid lane too.
Kuro actually went all the way to the tier 2 tower in mid to kill the Zeus.
That's 2 cores down back to back, and you committed 3 heroes down to the bottom lane, and you almost lose all 3 of them at the same time. Like, that's pretty rough.
Okay. Well, that early advantage which First Departure was meant to have, I guess it's still not gone yet. Like, Miracle still has crap tons of damage. He hits level 6 now, so now we can add Death Pact to the list.
March is trying to hit level 6 in this fog area, and they're trying to get the dust at the same time, while trying to give Febby a little bit of farm. Miracle, he doesn't have that Ghost Walk. He's just going to verify that March is there.
Yep.
Some heroes are going to pop out. If Miracle didn't see March in that corner area, I think he would have just gone on Febby and died. That was pretty unfortunate, because March was hiding really far in the tree line. And then he pops out for 1 second. Miracle sees him, decides not to go for the cleanse.
Well, now March is going to charge in anyway. Miracle getting silenced, and then ulti. They need that 17% to make this work, and they got it. But they need more damage now with the Cold Embrace arriving from Lubby. Support is there. March still can't get the hit. Now even Shallow Grave making sure Miracle will survive. Zeus kill securing with that ultimate of his. Febby moves into the trees, but he knows he's actually not going to die because support arrives from MB. Lubby will go down, and he can actually steal the intelligence TP out before Miracle can get there to throw out the arrow. But now, actually, he's going over for the kill. He doesn't actually focus on MP. He's worried, though, that obviously the Gyro is going to kill him if he does. Middle lane, Lina, bomb, bomb, and bomb.
And that's so huge. That's 2 kills now that Q has been able to get solo. This guy's just been a monster this entire series. Like, that last game where he was able to get a solo kill, the first game too, and now this time he gets 2 true solo kills onto the Zeus. The silencer was there for a large portion of it, but I mean, for this to happen is pretty significant. They might even get Miracle.
This is the combo, the charge and the Light Strike Array with a Rocket Barrage as well. They can just easily get the pick off on Miracle. Now, Miracle's 0-2 on this Clinks. Kuro got 3 kills, and this Yule Scepter is practically done. Not to mention MP and March. Cooldown's gonna go, they see Cal, the charge over, the second rocket would have killed him. Even if the attack from the Gyro normally didn't do it. Kuro, a little bit too close though. March, no
might actually go down for this.
He's in real trouble.
He doesn't have the wand available either. One more should be able to do it. Oh, he's got the ult up in 6 seconds. Kyo actually just has to TP out as soon as it's available. Otherwise, he's gonna die. It's a race.
The time. Can you click?
Oh!
Yes, you can.
I don't actually think there was a way for him to survive there. Maybe if Heen starts channeling that and he just bottles himself non-stop. Oh, can you actually still smoke dodge it?
I don't know.
Maybe not. It's irrelevant to talk about right now.
Yeah, he's dead. we can check. We can double check that mechanic later.
Dire's top tower
Miracle's now on the hunt. He wants kills anywhere he can find him. Anyone that's low, he needs to kill him.
I mean, there's a ton of squishy supports. Like, if he finds Heen right here, this should actually just be a free kill right now. Like, he's gonna 3-shot him.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
There's not even enough time for him to use the casket at the same time. This is what he has to do. Don't allow yourself to be ganked. Like, by going and getting aggressive, this forces them to play reactive to you, but Miracle, he doesn't have that ulti up in March.
He just got himself caught in the trees.
Oh no.
That's actually the worst. He's pinging out saying, can someone help me? Now, Miracle's going to Death Pact here, and they drop the Tombstone down. So Spirit Breaker, but they overstayed the welcome. Yule Scepter, Light Strike Array, Miracle's in trouble. Was March actually the next level bait by actually failing the charge into the trees? I don't really think so. But either way, it worked. Miracle's down for the count.
I think Miracle's play was just to get out of there, because he knows that the entire team is going to rotate in eventually, but he's like, I'll just eat this creep, and then right-click him 8 or 9 times and he'll die, but that's just a little bit too greedy. And I think the play was just to get out of there, don't even risk it. There was a significant stack, so maybe that was the play too, just to go for that, but with March sitting there, his entire team's going to rotate over to try to help him out, and
Yep.
this Lina Yule Scepter just ruins everybody on First Departure's life. Like, there's very little anyone can do to survive against it at this point.
One way to escape that Zeus ultimate now. That's guaranteed. If you can get the timing. Good luck. He's up to 5k net worth. See, so you've already got the Yule Scepter up and running. You do still have basic boots. What's the build for Lina in this game?
I would like a Bloodstone. I think a Bloodstone is a pretty good item build. He could go for a Blink Dagger too, just to catch up. The Aghanims is also an option, but I think the reason why I like the Bloodstone over the Ags is just because it doesn't force them to go into a situation where they have to play an all-out aggressive build. Going for the Bloodstone allows them to just continue to farm and snowball.
Medallion up for the Clinks. Allows you to go for these solo pickoffs, but I don't know if March is really squishy enough for him to get that solo pickoff. With no stuns, he'll just charge away.
Dire structures are fortified.
And now MVP really pressuring that mid lane. They want to get the last hit, combining it with Cardi. They are actually able to do it. Cardi is the last one to get the hit in, while MP, they isolate him off. Can he just get the cooldown off in time? Well, he's in. No. Yes. 2 life. He dropped down to 1 at one point.
He's
March
got
will
1
charge
health.
in. We'll buy the space. Let the cooldown go. Miracle's going to pop under the rocket. Not to mention Cal's having trouble. Over to the mid lane. Lubby protected by his own cold embrace, but there's only so long you can hug yourself for. Now the Undying, not the huggable type. March wants to charge him down. Needs the vision. Finds it underneath the tier 2 tower. There's your first stun. Shallow Grave is not available. Laguna Blade, however, not enough damage. And Zeus with the attack from the tower is enough to kill off the Lina. A little bit too deep there for MVP.
That's okay though, because you still got the support, and probably the bigger target is that Clinks, who was he was literally at 1 health. The Gyrocopter, like, he actually had 1 HP left. That's so brutal if you think about it. He's just gonna be kicking himself and saying, if I just have that slightly higher attack range, I don't die there, because then he doesn't get the call down off. His team can filter in and help him kill March. Like, there are a lot of different things that could have gone differently there, and you know, the pendulum swung one way in that last game when, you remember when Kyo was about to kill him and he got bashed twice? Yep. It's just as brutal the other way around.
1 point of damage. 1 bloody point. And now MVP look to push the issue on bottom lane. They've got their own medallion now.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Coming in for March. So the Spirit Breaker is going to have the extra ability to just get in there, high armor, and then just switch it around on First Departure. First Departure preparing a defense on bottom lane, but the push is coming on top. Kuro's got only 2 points up in Fiery Soul, but still, he can nuke the creep wave out and just keep the push going. The charge coming on Miracle, they scouted him out. Now, this is actually huge. Even though Miracle's inside this Ghost Walk, he's going to come out of it just at the right time as... Okay, he's going to come out of it right now. So Febby can silence him up. He's going to go Invis again. The March will arrive with the Death Ward and the Sentry Ward. Miracle dies only a couple of inches away from where he died previously.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Everybody from First Departure just has to get the hell out right now.
Kai's trying. He's got TP.
He's gonna
but they
get
can see
charged.
him. The charge will hit. Jaro will take the last hit in.
That's just... You've already got 10 instolen by Febby, who has a pretty reasonable amount of damage
Lobby,
now.
don't go up. Don't go up, Lobby.
Attack.
Okay, Kuro's not in range. If Kuro actually walked forward and Lobby walked even a small micro...
They have to kill Kyo here.
Dire's structures
They can't.
are fortified.
They'll just TP out.
He's even going to get out.
Now the SB's charging a bottom lane. Man, that's deep. Going after Cal. It looks more like a zoning charge than anything else. They take out the tombstone, take out the tier 1 tower.
Has fallen.
And the restorations allow them to keep fighting. They've still got global silence. Cooldown's off cooldown in 14 seconds.
And Febby's just been such a
Here they go.
space-fighting hero, and they might actually just go for this. They know the tomb is down too.
They just charge him back. Their global silence a little bit too late. They need a stun. Anything. Bash 17! It kicked in the last moment.
It swings the other way, baby.
It's...
You can't just pick Spirit Breaker in the previous game, get some bashes, and assume everything's cool.
They pulled out of that charge pretty quickly. The curse is over on MP, but there's no real heroes next to him. Now with the cooldown, Lobby is isolated. The cold embrace will not save him. The paralyzing cast
Oh, it just bounces.
It isolates and fixes as well as Kai. They're able to have an extra heal.
Oh,
Now
no.
Lina, too deep. The charge keeps going.
They gotta get out of there.
MVP, you are going too deep with no armor. That Wii was at maximum time. Now Miracle moves forward. The Death Ward's still available, and they can see Miracle. Febby's also here. The paralyzing cast will buy some space, and MVP should be very lucky they didn't overcommit further than what they did.
They already overcommitted as far as I'm concerned. The cask was so good. I think that the Lina should have just thrown the blind stun uphill, and he would have caught Zeus for sure. Like, the Zeus had 200 HP. That's a kill that he can easily execute, but I think he was just doubting himself too much, and he was like, okay, I can't go for this anymore, and then he just decides to back up, but like, you can't halfway commit in Dota. You just gotta go for it at that point.
I remember that next time I TP under the fountain when I'm playing a game with you with Prophet.
Nah, you just gotta go for it. Dude, I remember that. You know what the funniest video in all of Dota 2 is? It's that instructional you made for Razor.
No!
Where?
No!
Can somebody post that in chat
No!
so people remember?
No!
When Toby dies to bots and he tries to cheat his way out.
No video. I don't understand what you're talking about.
Oh, they're gonna get another touch on Miracle.
Blitz. Miracle's gonna go down. The stun from the light strike array. This time he connects perfectly with the call down. The Undying will die. The Tombstone will get mopped up quickly.
They're gonna
and they
find
even
everybody.
get the Ult Scepter over on Kai. No ability to Shallow Grave at that time, especially when he commit the Death Ward as well. Now they can go for the tier 2 tower. Zeus is playing the Friends theme by Clappin. But he is not letting anything go.
That's 18 in stolen now by Febby. Just, this is a run at you lineup right now, and they can't really stop.
I really wish we could see who he stole it from, because I'm wondering who is the dumbest hero on first departure right now.
Miracle's got to have pretty low int right now.
Well, he's died 6 times, so yeah, he's on
338 mana.
Middle tower has
The Undying is kind of, I think he's had a few taken from him too, but luckily he's an Undying. It's probably this Clinks that has suffered the most. Like, most of the time, if you remember the top gank, the one right there, the 2 subsequent ones, the Silencer was always there. Like, 338 mana is really low considering.
First departure just smoked and March walks into him. Smoke will break and March gonna make a decision. The Weave's already having his work, but the Global Silence goes to work with the call down. He's just getting the hell out of there. He doesn't want to fight. They drop the Tombstone. This is a massive disengage from MVP. Febby will be the sacrificial lamb. He got into the Glimmer Cape, but the Sentry Wards are lying. Never TP, never stun.
You stop him?
No! He died to the Dazzle!
Oh, he died in base too.
Yeah,
you can see his body. Oh, that was so close. He almost actually got out of that, but still, they just keep trading Miracle every single time. And he's just losing int for it too. Like, what did he have? Like 338. He's got to respawn with even less now. I think he's gonna pick up a wand just so he can cast his spell.
He can't function on that mana pool. Like,
He's at 312 now. Enough for do his power.
You actually think about it. If you use your Shadow Walk once, or Skeleton Walk once, then you commit Death Pact, and you want to use your Strafe, you're not going to have enough mana to pump out more than 3 attacks with Searing Arrows, or 4 Searing Arrows.
Yeah, if he actually just uses...
MVP's coming again. They found Kai. They're going to charge through, and it's like, oh, hang on, let's just stop right there. Let's kill off Kai first. And then he actually got the Shallow Grave off. That's big. The Death Ward's still going to do its work. The Paralyzing Cast, he can't get away from it. The Death Ward even gets damage into Lovey, removing half his life. The Curse, not really that effective.
The Clinks
it
is
only
coming in
held
now.
MP there for a moment, while Undying, hiding in the tree lines, but the charge in from March, it's keeping Miracle back. MP ticking down to the Urn Charge, but QO with Laguna Blade. Miracle, he's so low. The Cold Embrace will save him for the moment. Now in comes Silencer. He actually stole 2 more points of intelligence from the Wyvern in this case. Miracle, the slave, nibbles the tip on the edge, and he will not die though. He gets back past the tier 2 tower and survives. No intel lost on that front, but they've lost the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, originally that fight looked terrible, but you notice the March just goes in to save MP. There are enough Urn ticks there. They don't have a mech, but this Urn is doing absolute work right now. Nobody from First Departure can really stand up to it, and Miracle he can't get anywhere on the map. Because every single time, everybody from MVP is just there. In response, he's going to try to pick off Febby, but Febby has 4 Urn charges. He's got the Glimmer Cape too. I think Miracle needs a little bit more help for this. This regen's going to be picked up. Febby's going to be alerted to that fact now too, and I think he's just going to run away.
Yep. You're right on Bloodstone. That's exactly what Kuro picked up.
Oh yeah, that's a no-brainer.
No.
If there was an anti-mage or a quick BKB hero, Aghanims every time, but when that's not the case, you go for the Bloodstone here.
Because there's nothing which is going to be... Like, you have to 100% pierce that immunity for.
Exactly. Like, the damage from the ultimate enough is way more than enough.
I get that BKB now. Speaking of BKBs, this time over on Gyro, and MVP are just going in for Roshan. first departure. They got Curse up in 10 seconds time. They have Weave and they will have Tombstone, so I don't really see this working. Their damage output needs to be a little bit quicker. Wyvern, he's coming down. Now the vision of the Radiant side, they see him. In fact, they just charge up to kill off Lobby. All he wanted to do was have a bit of a gander, but yeah, he'll die. No curse, no fight. Roshan goes to MVP.
That's 24 stolen by Febby. It's just a constant counter.
How much? He's actually looking at a mana pool of 1,200 himself.
Oh yeah, his is insane right now. I guess the main thing that I'm still worried about is usually it doesn't really come into play, but Miracles is so low right now. He uses the Skeleton Walk once, and he's already a third of the way through his mana.
Yep.
Like, he can't even really afford to use the Searing Arrows on the creeps, because it does take out quite a chunk of his, and this bottom tower is going to go down for free now too, and that's all the outer tier 2 towers taken out. And this might actually just mean that they're going to go for the gank on Miracle again. They're going to send Febby up first.
March actually TP'd to the tier 2 tower and then wanted to charge, but Miracle backed up pretty early.
He has to, because look how far he's running to in case he's charged.
There's a secret surprise. The first departure might be opening up in a moment. Nah, they just scouted out the fact he went invis and ran away. But Kuro had an invis and looking for an opening. Is this smoke movement time now? I'm not seeing smoke in any of the heroes. I'm seeing dust on the courier. Looks like Zeus is confident enough. He's just going to go for a Bloodstone build of his own, but they got to charge on Miracle. He's TPing all the way back to base. So this charge won't continue for much, obviously.
They're just trying to isolate him out, slow down the game. And if you look at the net worth difference alone, like last game it was somewhat accomplishable, but this game, the big difference here to me, Toby, is just the Spirit Breaker. Like, this is the anti-split push hero. You try to go for a split push, you get isolated out. If one of the heroes there, Miracle just goes down so quickly. He still barely has any health, like 796, not a whole lot to work with. He can't farm the lanes at all.
Well, this time at least you'll be in the fight with Death Pact, as if he wants to try and turn it all. But now he's just happy farming. This Observer's going to time out in a moment. They're going to need to refresh this vision inside the Dire Jungle, so Miracle can feel a little bit safe walking around. And in fact, is this just a circle being drawn by Silencer? We clear this area. We gain map control from here.
Yeah,
check for the wards. Like, they're going to see now the Sentry ward that's here once March brings the gem over. Actually, no, they don't. The Obs time's out. The Sentry remains.
Eventually, they're going to try to look for the pick off and just go for it. Miracle, even though he hasn't died in a while, this is not efficient farm. Like, this is not what you would consider efficient farm, because he's so afraid that he might actually just run into everybody from MVP if he goes down there.
He's right next to March. March.
Was he going to pay attention?
He got vision. No, he didn't. They're still close enough. March does not want to go in here. Oh, he's gonna.
Oh, that was so awkward. I think March just wasn't looking for half a second.
Yep, because he would have just Nether Striked. Like, Nether Strike would be the easiest way.
Miracle might actually get caught. Oh, this is so scary.
Oh, goodbye Sentry now.
That's luckily not all their ward vision. Like, they still have a little bit to work with, but it's still so dark on the map right now.
They've got the Obs and the Sentry, which is up next to the secret shop. But beyond that, there's nothing much. It's all creep wave momentum that gives the vision.
It just helps so much when you still have these tier 1 towers up, because they're just landmarks for MVP Phoenix to work around, and it's free vision that you don't have to really worry about. Like, you don't have to worry about warding up your own jungle because of this fact.
I can't believe these one towers are up when you get a Clinks on the field. Like, he's meant to be the master at taking out tier 1 towers.
But how? He's just gonna get charged and killed.
Yes, that is a problem. That's why he's not the master in this game.
He's definitely not.
That's exactly what he would love to be doing. Like, get rid of these tier 1 towers. There's no backdoor protection on tier 1 towers. Only fortification that will hold it back.
I think he would. I don't think he would die. Maybe you're kind of right there, because if he just kind of creates space, but it depends really where March is. Like, if March is close by, then you're just dead, and I don't think it's worth the attempt. They actually know that he's there right now.
They got the dust. Where's the charge, though? They've lost the vision around the tree line, but there's TP support coming in. Maybe it's the first one. Now they've got the vision, and they have more than enough stuff to stop that TP out. Into the Death Ward, and Lacuna Blade. The committal is real, but they have him dead, and March, well, he's got a very picturesque spot on the side of the cliffside.
That's another 2 instolen. Once again, that pretty much eliminates...
What's he down to now? He's got a grand total of 32.
He's pretty even,
33,
though.
33. I do my math correctly. Can't even spell. Can't even not add. I would not do well on Countdown.
He got some sets though. Like
He did.
so that's not terrible. As long as he keeps up in levels, but I think he's trying to get a BKB, but he's just a little bit too far.
Here comes your charge from March. 8 seconds before he's ready, but the Yule Scepter from Zeus, one of the greatest counters to the Spirit Breaker, just sends him up in the air.
That Zeus is pretty farmed actually. Now that I look at it, he's level 14 and he's got a Bloodstone and he's got a Yule Scepter too, and the Bloodstone hasn't lost any charges as well. Oh, Kyo, this might be too over-aggressive, but here's the ulti.
Global silence. Cal's controlled March, actually knocking back the Zeus and controlling him. He's going to get the Thunder God's Wrath off finally, but they've already lost two. The buyback comes out from the Dazzle, and the Curse wasted on a BKB MP target as he just keeps going in deeper for Miracle. Turns on the Flat Cannon. Lubby crawling back on his hands and knees as the Wyvern, but they're losing everything. MP will pick up a triple kill, and this will be top racks. 40 seconds without the clinks, and actually GG. They call it right now. First departure, do not see a path to victory.
There was no way at this phase of the game. This is one of the things that Spirit Breaker essentially does really well, is he just continues your lead. And he just stops all attempts at going for the split push, because you just get run at if you just try to split up on the map. And MVP Phoenix, this was fairly dominant victory, and GG as they take it 2-1 and move on.
They will, and that's them advancing forward. They'll play up against the winner of TNC versus 1, 2, 3, while we had our earlier, spoiler alert, winner today, Fnatic, who beat XCTN 2-0. They'll face up against the winner of Myth and Trust. So same time, same bat channel tomorrow as we start at, I believe it is 7 p.m. Singaporean time. Of course, stay tuned. There's the European action coming up next, where we actually have the Crazy Monkey Boys